Live streaming is on.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Happy Black History Month.
And also we have the lovely Crystal.
Hola.
How are y'all doing today?
We here. You know what I'm saying? We healthy.
We here?
Yeah.
Alive.
Another day,
All right,
another dollar.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Um, a couple questions before I get to the podcast. Are any of y'all Harry Potter fans?
Hell yeah.
I'm currently at which one was I'm like in the fourth movie. I watched the first three. I think I'm in the fourth one. I gotta finish it.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I never got into Harry Potter, but that video game with the Harry Potter video game on there, it's made me very interested. I said maybe I should give this Harry Potter thing one more chance. uh, funny, funny story. Cause I was having trouble in English, and my father he wanted to make me read, so he gave me this Harry Potter book, and it was The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, note I haven't read Harry Potter then, so I think that's like what the third book.
Oh, just some random book in the
out of the
series.
Harry Potter series, that's like the third or fourth book. So imagine reading this book and not knowing what the fuck is going on, who are these characters, and
Yo.
I didn't finish the book. I did, and like I was supposed to give my father an essay. I never gave him an essay because I never finished the book. I just wasn't interested in the book. Now, the funny thing is, when Harry Potter was making movies and The Prisoner of Azkaban came out, and this was like a year later, and you know how Christians it is with some Christian artists with wizardry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my father was the same way, and he was like, I would never make y'all read these books. And I looked at him square in his eyes. Yes, you did. And he's like, what? I was like, yes, you did. You made me read Harry Potter. You bought me a Harry Potter book. And maybe to this day, he does not remember that he bought that Harry Potter book for me. And I had to remind him, like, yes, you did.
That makes it even worse because it's like a spell was put on him to buy the Harry Potter.
But you do not understand the look on my face. You know, you ever seen that Doc Rivers meme face?
Yes.
He knows that was basically my look to him when he said those words out of his mouth. It was just like I cannot right here. I cannot believe
we here.
See, we here. I cannot believe this nigga just said. Oh man, D Wolf into the chat. How you doing, D Wolf?
Yo, I'm good.
Yo, are you a Harry Potter fan, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fell off, but yeah, I was always a fan since day one.
Okay. I'm trying to get. I should be like father. I want to get into. I told myself I was gonna binge watch Harry Potter the same way I binge watched Star Wars, and I binge watched all 9 Star Wars movies. So I probably.
Bro, we could do it together if you want. Like I'll start over. I don't care.
Yeah, I promise my lady I'll start from the beginning with her.
Yeah, I would appreciate it because like I said, this Harry Potter game that came out, it looked good, especially since they get Black hair right.
All I'm gonna say is the only thing I'm gonna say is Hermione. Watch her. That's a character you're gonna pay attention to when we start this marathon of Harry Potter.
Hermione. Okay.
Yes.
But so, continue. So last stupid question. Will I be supporting transphobia if I start watching Harry Potter?
Yo.
Okay. So
somebody's got to hit me to this.
Man. I don't know. It's just when your name is associated with something, that goes a very fucking long way. So, like, I want to play it just because it's a video game, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Harry Potter video game, and the black hairstyles. You saw that shit, Ray?
Yeah,
Bro, I saw that shit. I was like, yo, that shit actually looks good. I was fucking surprised. I was like,
I
wait a
love the
minute.
textures.
I was like, hold
I
up.
love them.
So I get to be a nigga with a fade, fucking doing
Yes,
with
a good
LaGuardia
one,
Leviosa
too.
with a fade.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a just
Good
have
ones
my
too.
experience.
Good
Yeah,
ones.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have my experience with it. Whether it's transphobic or not, I ain't got nothing. Like, I don't care. I don't.
What happened?
Like, it's a
You
video
ever heard?
game. It's Harry Potter. I'm gonna play.
Yeah. You ever heard J.K. Rowling's stance? I guess she. Correct me if I'm wrong. She don't believe that trans women are women, and
Yeah.
people been calling her a TERF and a transphobe, and
Oh
She
yeah,
doubled down on it.
I knew
too.
that stance. Yeah, but I'm like, how does that apply? She's an advocate for y'all. Just because she believes this, she falls in the same category as Chappelle. Like, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm cool with y'all, but you ain't no fucking, whatever agenda. It's like, no, nah. But I get what you do, and I support you, choice, or you were born with that. Okay, I respect it. Let's go. But I can't, as a person who's not going through that, you can't. That's impossible. So you can still be an advocate, is because everything she's done before making those statements has been, a lot on the left side. So I don't get it. So just because she has an opinion on that, but she's been shown to her support for y'all. She made Dumbledore gay. I mean, come on, yo. So, they just want. Yeah, they just want something to do, something to be part of. Because how you fucking Harry Potter? Well, J.K. Rowling, she made half y'all lives. Y'all still dress up like them. So I don't understand. Like, subconsciously too. So stop playing. Yo.
I just
Hey.
I just think that this is a form of bullying. And I do believe that the people who like to go on streamers' content when they are playing this game and harass them and bully them for playing a game, it's like being very hypocritical, because you want to attack people that really are against gay people. And even if those people are against gay people, we should understand that bullying someone is not going to make them like you. It's not going to make them look into what being a gay is, what the community that exists for you being that, or your support group, whatever you want to call it. They're going to hate you more if they've hated you before. So at the end of the day, going on streamers' content and all they want to do is play the game is, let them play the fucking game. You have your opinion, you have your disposition on things, and they have their position on their things. It's like, you shouldn't go on people's stuff and bully the fuck out of them because you disagree with something. Because if that's the case, then the same way that you're going on these computers, okay, that half the time it's an iPhone or an iMac or whatever the fuck it is, and you are using this device to bully someone else, then I should say that you are against human rights, because guess who made the iPhone, and guess where they get their fucking material. So we can go down the rabbit hole if you want, but bullying is a no-go. And remember to research when you go on these computers of yours with the chips and stuff, where they're getting their fucking materials, and then we'll talk.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Deep.
She are already out the gate. She already cooking. I'm loving it. I'm loving
The
it.
appetizer is always the good, man.
Okay. Crystal, I already told you about this. So, Father D Wolf, I do want your opinion on this, but this is mainly for Crystal. I want, hopefully, Material Life, if she ever comes through, she could answer this. But we done had these talks about Passport Bros and them taking and all this talk about this. Now, I don't even, this specific video right here where this dude and he done found this Thai girlfriend right here. I seen a lot of black women like basically get on this brother right here and basically, they was talking about him and his relationship. They were saying that he's not that attractive looking person, and she looks very disinterested. Um, so Chris, let me ask you. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this brother right here?
All right. I would actually give him a 5.
5. That's pretty average.
Yeah, a 5. Because we don't know what his face expression looks like in certain areas. So, for women that analyze men, that's typically mediocre in this one still frame. We look at the way that you laugh. We look at the way that if you are having intercourse with us, how your face looks. Like we look more deep into that. So for right now, it's just a 5 because I don't know what he looks like any other way.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Now, as a he is. I believe he is a passport bro. So that's what he looks like. So I'm gonna get your opinion about what he's saying right here. So I'm gonna just play this. You want to introduce yourself? You want to introduce yourself? No, you want to introduce yourself? She's a little shy right now. She's my new girl. She's my new girlfriend. She's a little shy, but she is pretty though. I like her. Maybe we'll get married someday. Maybe we'll have kids. You know, have a bunch of babies running around, living the life. Tell her. So, can you cook? Can you cook?
Wait, hold up. What was it do the cook thing? The one thing I wanted to call out. So we're in Thailand right now. All right, Southeast men that you are braid her hair. Never
become Sikh or white.
Oh,
all they do is complain, and we don't got time for that. That's why I got my passport, and I've left. I've left the United States to come Sikh or white to have a traditional relationship. So, hey, give me a kiss.
Got some smooth skin.
Girl right here. So, guys, you'll be seeing her a lot more, hopefully, and you know, we'll get to know each other.
So I'm gonna just end it right there. Does your opinion change, or does he sound like a sprung goof to you? I don't know.
Well, let me explain. He did say that one day, he's asking her, one day you want to get married. She doesn't sound enthusiastic. She is disinterested, but he won't see that. And I hope that he's smart enough to keep her in the country that he found her in. The reason why is because westernized a mindset is a little bit more open-minded, not in a bad way or a good way. It's just not for the type of men that are made today. And that's excluding all the guys here on this podcast. I'm speaking mainly about the ones that think a woman is about cooking. So you'll see that he looked at the camera and legit acted as if she was a product. And I knew that upset her because of the way that her eyes moved and her body language. So so
this is why I asked the woman. This is definitely why this is definitely why I asked the woman, because you would see something that I won't see.
Yeah, so let's think about it. If you ask any woman, you're going to get married one day, it's as if you don't have your own decision to make. So automatically, I'm going to look at you as a simp, because no one acts that nonchalantly, like you're giving her a list to check off for you. You're the man, and this is not a question that should be up for debate if you really were looking for a wife. So let's not play this game. You don't put that in her hands. You ask her to marry you when the time comes. Don't make it seem like a question, because then that tells me that you're a very insecure asshole. Okay. And the reason I say asshole is because why would you look in the camera and say, she's pretty, I like her? Is that all she brings to the table to you? That's like a little girl going to a dollhouse and say, Mom, I like this doll. Let's get it. It's pretty. And that doll only sits there and looks at you. You made her seem like a product. Also, I don't know if much women braid their hair in Thailand. Not that it's a big deal. She has her own fucking style. It is what it is. But it's hard to believe that she's braiding her hair on a regular basis. I think she's doing it for him. because that kind of hairstyle will fucking mess up her hair. And it takes a lot for women with that texture hair to braid their hair and not think that it's not going to fuck up the way that their strands are made to maintain. When Black women say don't braid your hair and you happen to be a Caucasian or a woman from Thailand or Asian country, it's not because, well, at least for the ones that are not jealous, it's not because we are jealous. We know what it can do to your hair. We know what it can do. So anyway, I just don't want to seem bitter, because that's what happens when I have an opinion and I happen to be Black. but but for the most part, in order to uplift a woman, you don't talk about another race of women. And what he's doing on the thing, just one more thing I have to say in the video, what he's doing by saying, yeah, I don't like this because they complain. We're focusing on your future wife. Why are you bringing other women into the conversation? Because somehow, some way, you get off of it and she gets off on it. It's no other way to put it. But she doesn't sound excited. She doesn't look excited. And you are looking for a trophy wife. And when you don't have a foundation that's strong, it rots from the bottom up. So let's see how it goes.
See, this is why I asked you. Like I said, you may see some things that I don't. So, and that was very, very articulate. Brothers, do you like to add anything to that?
So, I want to echo a lot of what Crystal said, especially the one part I want to really hone in on is the fact that he objectified her, made it seem like she was this thing, like a trophy, kind of like, I like this one. You know what I'm saying? Like it gave very much like a master type of dynamic. And I'm like, yo, because if that's the woman that you're claiming that you want to marry, that's a serious ass motherfucking statement. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm the only bro. It feels like sometimes as men that understand how fucking important a marriage is, I feel like it's not really taken seriously in a lot of men nowadays because yeah, exactly. It feels like she was fucking sold off, and this one's like, yeah, I'm gonna marry her. My passport bros mission is complete. I found me a wife, guys. Like it's some cartoon episode or some sitcom or whatever. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, what mission complete, nigga? Like, is that's what it's like seeming like. So you put that out there, and that's the image that you're putting. That's the example that you're setting, and then now you're gonna fuck up on another. You're gonna start to realize how that mentality is going to affect the women that you're marrying, so called. So if it's not in a genuine place, then it's going to crumble. You're just going to be, you literally just paid money, went to another country just to get divorced. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Hell.
So
unfrosted.
Imagine that. Like, and I feel like that's gonna start happening a lot. I don't know if the long-term goal for them is to literally have wives that will provide them, that they can provide them a life that is actually stable and the family dynamic is healthy and they're raising productive young men and women in their household. It's just when he used that language to describe her, this is supposed to be the woman you're marrying, like Crystal said, it felt very like she felt like an object. and I felt bad because she's just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? There's like no affection, there's no playful nothing, she's just there, like Ed and Eddie, Plank, that's her the entire video.
I know exactly what you mean.
I love you, Plank, and then Plank's just
Crystal, you mentioned the hairstyle, right? And I thought of your video, the first one, and I'm like, hold on. Remember when you said, well, and you said it earlier that all right, you're gonna stay there though, right? Because if you bring them here, they're gonna end up just like the ones, they're gonna get Americanized, and just like the ones they're running from, your children and all that, right? Or she'll become that. She's already doing that over there. So I'm like, yo, she made this point. So what were you looking for, sir? If this is what she's doing and looking a lot like what you're leaving behind, you know, so what's up with that trip? For what? I'm sure there are Thai girls in New York or wherever in the States look like that, have that hairstyle. So what's up? Why you have her doing the exact same thing? You're running away from, you fucking idiot. Yeah, okay. I mean, and I don't know, Ray asked the question. I'm like, he's a good looking guy, but he's like, yo, he is happy to be part of this. He feels like it worked. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know, but he's too happy. It seemed like the way that vibe came off is that he rushed the fuck out of that. She could be genuine for all I know. It's just the optics of it looks like, yo, what are you leaving? But yeah, he looked like he rushed it. And she just is like, marriage. Yeah, I was thinking, but I don't know yet. Huh? What? Not. What are you talking about? That's what she was. That's what I got from it. Because he's too giddy. He's happy, son. And I'm like, why is this such a triumph for you? God, so it's not it, yo. You're just happy that you feel like you have a success story, and you probably push this woman. You know, you just want that clout of being part of this whole movement. You know, that's what I got off of from him. So yeah,
I appreciate that. Material Life and Dion into the chat. How y'all doing?
Welcome back.
What
up? Yo, B, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Crystal. So they're with me. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this brother right here?
A 2.5.
Damn.
Gosh.
Harsh. So harsh.
Ooh.
Damn.
Jesu.
I was expecting her to at least say 6. Damn.
Damn. Crystal said 5. You said a 2.5. Damn, that's half of a half.
That's a quarter. That's a literal quarter.
Oh no. Woo.
Where is?
Oh.
I think I might be biased since I heard what y'all said and everything, so I'm probably being biased. But
no, you're right there. That period, Dion. I know you about to ask.
Probably have to be in a picture by himself. Then it'll probably be because I wouldn't know. But it's just given very much like he don't like black girls. So I guess we need a picture of him by himself, so we don't have the fact that he's so excited to be with a Hispanic girl or a white girl or Asian. I don't know what she was.
She's Thai. He is a passport bro, and she's Thai.
I see why he a passport bro. It's understandable.
Okay.
I
mean, damn.
Hold on. This is another angle. I don't know if this makes it any better, but here's another angle. But
is this supposed to be a better? Like, this supposed to be a better angle?
My man done found himself.
That's the only other angle I got.
Right. He is literally.
He do got a big ass head though.
Eating her hands, and she's trying to yank it away from him. How is that a better angle?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. He do got a big ass head though. I will say that.
You know, honestly, watching that, I feel like I gotta be like, yo, blink twice if you need help.
Oh my god.
Oh man, blink twice if you do.
Graydon gave me a thirsty angle. I need to see an angle where he doesn't look thirsty. Like
you know,
and he's at the table thirsty.
The way he was jumping on it.
You know,
what I say.
something
to getting
Something
in.
that's been on my mind with this whole passport bro thing. You know, I always hear them talk about how American women, black women in particular, or whatever, oh, they're not submissive, and they won't do this and they won't do that. And the only thing that goes to my mind whenever I hear any of these niggas say the shit that they say is shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's all that goes through my head. See, here's a reality check for these cats. Because if this seems like a mass thing, women in general that these cats interact with don't wanna do certain stuff. Maybe it's not the women. Maybe it's these niggas. You know, has no one thought to tell them that?
I mean, as much as they're like red pill channels, they're like channels for women talking about these type of men. So I guess it evens out.
I think
I
every
mean,
woman can be submissive. There's not a woman in the world that
but my
cannot be submissive to the
but
right
see,
guy.
right. See, you hit it on the head right there. You hit it on the head what I was about to say right there. See, I've seen women talk all this game. Oh, can't no man control me. Can't no man tell me to do X, Y, Z. But then when they meet him, and ladies, you know what I mean when I say when you meet him, all that shit go out the window. So it's just like it's not the women, bro. It's not the women. It's either specifically the women these cats interact with, or it's them. And I'm leaning towards it's them. I've never had an issue getting really anything I desired out of any female I've ever dealt with, and that's regardless of where the fuck she was from. Ethnicity, all of that, never meant the thing. If I'm into her, she into me. We made something happen.
Because it's literally embedded in our genetic trait.
Like I'm tired of
We are born.
I'm tired of sitting
Once we
back and listen to these cats blame women for their problems. Like, dog, you have no game. Just say that. You have no game. You have no redeeming qualities that will make a woman even want to deal with you on that level. Like, just say that.
But you really don't need game though. Because I'm telling you, it's really embedded in our genetic traits to be submissive. Once we feel like the man that we're in with, or you know,
But
encountered or whatever,
like I said, it
has
has to
all.
be him. It has to be that dude. It has to be that nigga.
Because even the biggest boss chick can meet a nigga that's not even on like the same financial trait as her, and can be submissive to that guy because he just has the qualities that make you feel protected, make you feel like you're the one. And next thing you know, you out here cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, going to work, and you don't even feel like you're doing work. I'm like, Lord.
That's that beat 'em up dad from Baby Boy. Give him that Jody beat 'em up dad. I bet you this, you're gonna make me some tacos.
And it ain't even shit. Half the time, it ain't even gotta be. It ain't even gotta be on no sexual shit. Just how, how can I put it? Like I said,
If you handle your business, business gets handled. That's how I say it.
right.
All right. Any last words before we move on to next topic?
Yes, I
These
was just
passport
thinking
niggas
about
are
that.
stupid.
I was just thinking about the video you just showed me where he was like eating her hands on the table, and all I could think about is that TikTok where the girl say, "Stand up, just stand up." Like you just see your man, and you just like, why are you acting like this? Why? Like, what is time to like act like a man? Like, get up.
And it's just like and it's just like you know me by now. I don't sweat race or anything like that. Woman I'm with currently just happens to be black, but you know she cute and all. I get that, but dog, let her breathe. Like,
Mm.
oh me, what?
The only thing I have to say, that my last wording about this foolery, is I support passport bros because we need strong men in America with a strong mental
In the
capacity
herd.
to know that having another race of a woman does not validate you or give you any extra powers like your Superman,
That's why I
because we're
say let
not
them go.
products. No, I would say let them go, because when we do reproduce, we want men that have a strong mental health that will pass that mental health to our children. And if you have men that really believe that they can find a wife overseas, you probably can. But if the reasons you're doing it for, it's just toxic. That's what we call toxicity, and you need therapy. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
In other words, fuck with people that fuck with you.
Can, can I add to that?
Go ahead.
So as much as these cats is talking about going overseas looking for wives or whatever, why am I reading all this stuff about how sex tourism in certain places has fucking spiked?
Yeah,
That's a
because some
whole
of them
different.
niggas is going for booty, which is, I think what 1 or 2 weeks ago I asked, are they there for a relationship or they there for booty?
Because let me tell you something, you ain't gonna find no wife in no damn brothel in fucking Cambodia or whatever the fuck. So
Boy, you a
somebody
marine.
tell a
You
lie.
a marine. You a marine. You know some of them niggas done married a hoe from overseas,
And it never ended well.
but they did marry her. You're right. It never ended well, but they did marry her.
Crystal, I agree with you.
And
Like, they need to get passport bros need to go to all foreign countries so these girls can yank them up, take them up, swallow them up, let them live life over there, so we can have all these we do,
I just want.
especially the black weak ones. Go ahead, snatch them up, sis, because we don't want them. We don't want them. We have enough.
Didn't
That still ain't got enough money to fill up a passport yet. Now, if you want to pay their ticket, get them over there so they can go ahead and snatch you up. Sis, we are happily inviting you to come snatch them up. Have them work their whole life
honey, I don't
while you
understand. Do you know what they?
while you sit there playing the bank with their money. Take them up, sis. Leave us
These
with them strong
motherfuckers.
men that got backbones. They got a whole spine back there.
I, I am so glad I brought up this question. This was like at the buzzer question. And all y'all hit the buzzer, beat a shot. So 2.5. God damn me.
and
I love y'all.
Crystal's Crystal's
The point is, anyone who agrees with this whole passport bro movement shit, y'all are all losers, man.
No,
Like
Dion,
I said,
we want them to agree. We want them to go. We don't need any weak mental men, because that's what's fucking up the gene pool. Like, let them go.
yeah,
and
let them go.
wasn't the point of your video that that the black women were complaining about what she was doing? You two, right, are like, let him go. What? Why? We ain't gonna be your DMs about why you taking our man and blah 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 and why you
Mm.
call. No, they're the ones you remember. They were complaining. That girl you were talking about. She's complaining about women, but y'all ain't. And that was your point in your video. Like, no,
Yeah.
just fucking go.
Hey.
Like, we not these. No, the ones that you're talking about are the ones we don't even like either. So, yo, don't put them in the box. So that's why every time, and Fado's witness to this. This is why every time a woman that does not think like the bitches in her inbox has the same has a different opinion, they automatically assume she's one of, you know.
I mean, if a motherfucker must go overseas to look for XYZ, the Pacific Islanders love us, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If they must, the Pacific Islanders for some reason love us. Get you a little Polynesian, Samoan, whatever, and run if you absolutely must.
Diva, you're like on point with it. Anytime, especially the black woman, anytime the black woman have a different opinion about something that the masses believe we should have the same opinion on, oh, we a hater. What? Because we don't want him? Oh, because we ain't mad that you want him? So we hate it.
The chicken in the videos with this cat look like she pretty.
Oh, y'all just mad because he want a light skin. Why would we be mad? He want a light skinned chick. Explain that. Like, what about having a mixed baby is screaming hate? Because that mixed baby gonna have a whole lot of trauma going through life. Because she not wanted on the 100% black side. She definitely ain't wanted on the white side. So why would we be mad?
Say it for the people in the back. Because they don't understand that trying to keep you in your country. And guess what? If you only got one black man and mixed babies to go around to the other Filipinos, Thailand, or whoever, whatever country you're in, guess what? They're not going to be dark skinned. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen to that mixed baby? They're going to have a flavor and they're going to want to go somewhere. They're not going to have it there because the men there that went over there already breeded out themselves. Beautiful.
Alrighty then. Oh man. All right. On to the next topic while staying in the same, I guess, area, I guess. So Father sent me this and then he was like, can we talk about this? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video and I would like to get you guys' thoughts on here. So here we go.
Absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again, just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight. Hi guys. A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Men are now
okay, Father, since you done brought me this video, I would like your thoughts first. So what are your thoughts on what she said?
So the reason why I wanted to discuss this clip is because I don't think we have enough of much of a serious discussion. And I'm not talking about like this podcast. I'm just talking about in general what I see in social media, what I see when I see like people gathering around and talking about topics similar to this. The mental health of like men and young boys and things like that. You have to understand that like men, we're creatures of action. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what we do. We act. You feel what I'm saying? And we do this. This is like our instinct. We live in a world where it's literally eat or be eaten. So through time, we developed an instinct that's kind of similar to deal with those type of situations, and this is inherent. So with that is going to come with some things, and I feel like we don't take enough time to really understand that it's hard enough to be a man. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about it, it's hard as fuck to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the shit that we have to go through, all the shit that we have to carry on our shoulders on a daily basis, it's draining as fuck, and it's a very heavy burden. It's a very heavy load. But I don't think there's enough of a adequate conversation about how we can start to create boundaries or create rules that would encourage young men to aspire to be something of substance. You know what I'm saying? Just being a decent human being first, and instilling those qualities onto them, so they have that ideology, they have that concept, constantly repeated in their head, and through their actions they come to prove themselves and then grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, real teach them how to be world builders, teach them how to be nation builders instead of teaching them how to be consumers. And in this particular clip, she said something so powerful. She's like, you know, women are going to be afraid of the day men realize their worth. And I'm like, yo, that just goes to show you, like, a lot of men, they're like sleeping. I like to call them like sleeping giants. Like, there's a lot of men out there that have so much potential, and they know how to get it, but the problem is there either is a lack of opportunity, or the environment that they're in literally, like, hinders them from pursuing other avenues and stuff like that. There are a lot of testimonies of this. Obviously, we're seeing this with inflation going on, and it's really hard to even predict the future, because one moment this is fine, and then the next moment there's another fucking catastrophe, and we all got to figure this shit out again. Like, we've seen what happened in the past 10 years, bro. The past 10 years were a fucking trip. I'm just saying. So, all in all, in conclusion, to end this, I just wanted to highlight that, especially like in the black men, especially us as black men, that mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we take care of ourselves. It's important that even in our pursuit of resources, and even though we live in the world that's fucking terrifying to us, at the very same time, we are the originals. So we have to conduct ourselves in a way to become that example, and show not just our community, but show humanity that how to properly be a human being on this earth, was created for us, and that we will graciously have respect for, because if it wasn't for the oxygen in the air, if it wasn't for the trees, if it wasn't for the water that we drink, we will not be shit. It's very funny how we like to overcomplicate our problems, yet lack of water would destroy us. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, we have to be thankful for the fact that we live in a time where that we live in a place where that's accessible, where you're not living in a situation that where that's difficult, because that's literally a matter of life and death to not have water. And I'm just using that as an example because I feel like it's sad that a lot of people don't take the actual real issues as priorities. Instead, we want to gossip about dumb shit. Niggas want to gossip about, what happened at Twitter the other day and Instagram. It's just, nah, we got to focus on the nation. You got to focus on where you're going to eat. You got to focus on where your kids going to eat. That's where you got to focus on.
Anybody else want to have any thoughts?
I just want to say this is And so you said like the last 10 years. I'm like, this is all part of the plan, yo. Because you see, it's like all men. It's like it's us too. I would say we're getting the worst because they don't want us, you know. But it's like it's their agenda to like emasculate men, make them not worthy, and make them the bottom. Like that's what's going on. Like if like we already see it in the media, so we don't need to go down that road, right?
I want to.
In real life, this feminism shit and like like recent, like you can't do anything. Like the white guy has the whole, just because you're white, you're automatic supremacist and shit like that. Like you can't. Oh, a rich white guy or this white guy can't do this. Like the whole Velma show's about. It's like that for them, right? And for us, we're being pushed to gay shit. We're being put like, come on, like that's. Like we're getting it, and now we're arguing with a woman like nonstop on YouTube. So, and this is part of it, they just, because now that they've fucked up these women's heads. So now that when we want to be men, like, but in order to be a man, masculinity is required. But you can't because you automatically, if you feel a certain way, certain ladies understand what that's how they are. They're emotional, this and the other, But these ladies on the far left, like this is an insult. Can I tag in? Yo, yeah, please.
Look,
I ramble on.
No, because what I got to say is going to sum this up. Look, fellas, like we as men just straight up need to embrace who the fuck we are and just not give in to the crap that's going on. You know. Mm-hmm. In the midst of both what you and Father was saying, the term toxic masculinity flashed through my head, which is a stupid phrase. I want to take a moment and shoot a few holes in that, if you don't mind. See, because what if I said there is such a thing as toxic masculinity, but it only occurs in one scenario, when that masculinity comes from someone who is not supposed to be masculine, aka a woman. Make sense?
Elaborate.
All right. I'm put it like this. A woman and I guess her boyfriend get into it or whatever. They're arguing about God knows what. She calls herself trying to, I guess, she starts acting manly all of a sudden. She wants to talk to him with all this extra bass in her voice and shit. Now, she may or may not get away with it, depending on the guy. If he's not in tune with who he actually is, then yeah, she's gonna walk all over him. But the right one is gonna look at her and treat her like she's fucking stupid. Because now you are, you stepping out of line. Because okay, that masculine energy, certain things that you typically expect a man to like do or stay in a given scenario. Okay, let him be that. Because when a woman who is trying to, when a woman who's trying to, I guess, force that role, play that role of a man, when that forced unnatural masculinity comes in contact with actual, natural masculinity, nature wins every time. So guys need to wake up. As certain women, not all, but certain women need to get their heads out of their asses, because we need them just like they need us. But I guess the popular thing right now is for men and women to be at each other's throats. And newsflash to these folks going back and forth over the internet and shit, hearing everything, men are saying about women and vice versa, you niggas are arguing in circles and you need to stop.
Too many of them are just picking arguments with women.
No
reason.
No. I've listened to a lot of these podcasts. I've listened to certain people's like YouTube channels and TikToks and shit, and all I'm hearing is, oh, well, women have started doing XYZ because men aren't doing this. But then next video, oh, men aren't doing this because women keep doing XYZ or they've stopped doing that. And again, you're going in fucking circles. After a while, you're going to hear someone repeat the same shit. And it's just like, stop. That's where I'm at with it personally. Just stop.
Want to know what's so crazy? I said the same shit, Dion. It's going to say it over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, bruh. It's like
this is a conversation I literally had with my sister like 2 weeks ago.
All I'm saying is, whenever you saw Teddy Long, he was either going to do one of two things: put you in the match for the Undertaker, or put you in a tag team match.
Right on, player. Hold on there, player.
Well, just wait a minute, player.
Teddy Long was about simple solutions. That's why I like Teddy Long. He had a simple way to deal with motherfuckers.
Both sides need to take accountability.
That's what I'm saying.
Not just women need to take accountability, and not just men. Women are raising little boys to turn into men, and men should be the ones raising little boys to turn into men. But the problem is the same men that we're expecting to raise little boys to turn into men was raised by a woman that taught him the ways of what she believed she would want from a man. And so when you have the opposite gender raising,
it's a man's place to raise a kid. It's a woman's place to nurture, and there's a big difference between the two.
But the thing is, that's not what's happening. So let's be honest with society right now. That's not what's happening. There's very few two-household families. And there's the delusion that a man is not needed because they assume because they're raising these little boys right now. They think they're doing an amazing job.
We've discussed that, and there's all kinds of research to prove why it's been embedded in so many women's heads that you don't need a man within the household, and just that's
so now these
how many troubles you got
are being told that they need to be more emotional understanding of people's feelings, and that's how they're being raised to. And so now you have a bunch of these men
I have
now
three
more
emotions.
emotionally understanding and are willing to take female roles.
I have three emotions. I'm either angry, horny, or hungry. The fuck.
And so the problem is both sides need to be taking accountability. These men, I'm not saying stay in a toxic relationship because you had a child, because at the end of the day, every decision has consequences. But if situation ain't right, then situation ain't right. But you still need to be in that child's life to make sure he's, being raised up to be something of value. And these men that are coming into this world now that, have this child and don't want to see the child, not trying to raise the child, and the child is being, emotionally, living emotional bondage.
Emotional damage. That's exactly what it is. Emotional damage.
So I don't know. It's a weird little spot to be in. I don't know. Something
We
gotta give though.
hey
We don't know where it gotta give at, but
we've spoken on here before about generational curses. We've
some of
spoken
these ain't
about
even
that.
some of these ain't even generational curses. Some of these is new curses.
I was about to say
Some of
some of
these
these
kids,
curses. A lot of these curses aren't even. Is genetic. It's
because some
certain.
of these kids, their great parents is still together. Their grandparents is still together. Their mom is not together. So some of these is new.
It it boils down to again it's a long drawn out plan like D Wolf said. There is literal documentaries about how government assistance and child support and all this other shit was weaponized against men, black men in particular.
Not just
It's
men,
it.
women also. Because a lot of these women, chose
Oh
not
no!
to
Oh
marry
no!
this certain man because they thought it would
Oh,
be easier to just, get child support and
you're
get government
the women are
assistance.
the women are the pawns in the and don't even know it. The women are the pawns in this whole game and don't even realize it.
Can I interject real quick?
Giggity.
All right, so I know I had listened mostly to the video. So are they, I guess the summary was women are emasculating men because they need mental support. Is that it? Or
No, I think the gist of the video was just saying that instead of trying to beat down on men, understand that it has an effect on them. Don't try to be their enemy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're in a
mm-hmm.
relationship with a man, don't be the object that he has to fight at home. Be, the wife, be the girlfriend. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay, so be
Like,
nurturing or what they consider to be femininity, right?
yeah, just that too, and just understanding that it can affect the mentality of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
it can affect him in a way that he might not even be conscious of,
right.
because if they don't understand that because the women that are doing this, I don't think they're doing this out of malice. They're doing this out of survival. They're doing this to ensure that their needs are met, which is, actually absolutely understandable. I just think that there's a way to communicate that in a way where we can weed out the men who are legitimately not trying to, they're making a conscious effort to not uphold certain standards or certain principles. We can point those out and then we can deal consequences to them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
that should be the ideal. But yeah,
okay.
I'm
Because I just didn't want to rant without
right,
grasping the concept because
right.
I want to make sure that my answer relates. So I just think that it relates all the way back to the 70s when I guess the welfare chain came out around the 60s or
Mm-hmm.
70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what happened was that a lot of black men back in those times just got comfortable not committing to the women anymore and just letting the government take over because they are consistent. And in those times, let's think about it. We've seen good times. We knew how hard it was for the black man to get a job. And men don't feel like men, or the ones at least that I know, they don't feel like men when they don't have a job. They feel like shit. So when you combine that and you see that the woman is better off without you, a lot of the men just dip out. They don't even want to deal with that stress because they don't feel like any support's there for their mental health. And if they're getting consistent checks for welfare and getting food and stuff, what does the woman need them for? So that has been replaced. The part that the men hold accountability is being adult enough to go ahead and try to create a space for yourselves. When I say that, I mean instead of having a community full of liquor stores and Chinese food stores, it's a long time ago that a lot of Black men should have put their money together and build support groups and other things like that. But again, when you feel emasculated and you know that consistency is not in your category, especially in the freaking 60s and 70s and 80s even, um, men are not likely to have a brotherhood. That won't happen. So that sucks. Also, commitment is not consistent. Okay. And what also happened is a lot of these men, once they did have a job, they felt like they were valuable enough to go and get with a woman with an education or with money. And most of the majority of the time, it was a woman of another race back in those days. And that's why we have the influx of highly educated Black women. But unfortunately, we are the second poorest in the USA, which doesn't make sense, right? So we can only, if you was to look at the statistics, why would we be the second poorest, but we're the highest educated when it comes to Black women? It doesn't make sense. It does not.
Live streaming. Who's on?
All right, back to the cooking.
Yeah, it cut off because I was talking about her. So at the end of the day, I just think that it's a long row of fuckery on both ends, but it's more like a mental issue in the system. And I think that the man was against the system and did not even realize that they were against this particular system that replaced them. Now, where the women hold accountability is just using, if you have to get on welfare, if you need food stamps, whatever the case is, just use it as a tool, but don't use it to replace consistency. Let your man do that. Let the man that you potentially want as your husband be consistent, and be consistent on making him your husband. If he does not want to be your husband and he's playing around with you, let him the fuck go. The reason why we always say, oh, it's just a piece of paper, is because we don't want to end up like DMX girlfriend. Okay. We want to have responsibilities over an estate or whatever we choose to build. We cannot have that power unless we're married. It's not for really yourselves, because when you get with somebody, y'all are spiritually married anyway. Whatever is divinely orchestrated will be. The paperwork is to make sure that if your husband buys a land, you can vouch for it without having to think twice or having to worry that the government will take it away, just like they did back in the 60s and 70s. They took away the men that we were really supposed to be with. They took away his manhood in a strange, fucked up way. But if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
Damn.
Deeper than that, they just made efforts to remove us, be it by locking us up or trying to kill us.
And y'all should have never allow that. You got to fight back.
Difficult to do when. Wait, what?
I was gonna say, any last word before we move on to our next topic?
I just think we need to have more conversations about the men who are providing those examples and who are out here every single day breaking the fucking stereotype that we complain about every single day. But they never get their recognition because we've created this mentality that, oh, you don't applaud a fish for swimming. Well, what if there's a fish that can't swim? Then what are you gonna do? They have a disease or they have a condition where they can't swim. Then what?
What if
You
he's
follow what I'm
needing?
saying? Like, we have to be able. You want to know what it is? Is people not being able to put themselves in other people's shoes. It's a sign of weakness, because in order for you to truly understand someone, you have to take a walk in their shoes and try to imagine yourself in that position. But a lot of people don't want to do that because they're mentally weak, and they relish on that weakness, and they make it seem like it's a personality trait, and it's become like a cult like, you know what I'm saying? It's become like this cult like following where everyone's just fucking apathetic for the sake of being apathetic. And I'm like, wow, you've literally forgotten your purpose. You're not living anymore, you're existing. Congratulations.
I'm gonna keep it short because I say this all the time. Learn when to be a cheerleader and learn when to be a head coach. So
that's what I'm saying.
That's all I gotta say. Once you figure out when to be a cheerleader, when to be the head coach, life is easier. So, on to our next topic. Did anybody watch the State of the? I think it was the State of the Union that Joe Biden did. Did anyone watch that?
I watched like the first half of it, and then I lost interest.
Saw highlights.
I was the same way. I ain't gonna hold you, Father. But since he's usually do that, this counts as my usual annual. How is the president doing so far? So I come to the panel. If we giving Joe Biden a grade for how is he doing so far, what are we giving him?
I hear Steve this all you. I'm listening to the master. Go ahead.
Yeah. This he doesn't. Yo, you can't grade him.
Damn,
there's nothing to describe what we're going through and whatever this thing is compared to everyone before. Get the nah. I've never seen such failure and fuckery and Alzheimer's and all that. At least they did shit before it got to that point. What the fuck? I am convinced this is all a show. I am convinced at this point because people weren't this retarded to allow this. Because when Bush was, oh my god, son, we were tearing them a new assholes, son. Everybody could not wait to get rid of this motherfucker, right? Every show, like, this was, I'm like, right? So at this point, when you're seeing worse, and there are people outside of bots, there are people like, and this guy at this state of he spent the whole night yelling at people. I'm like, what the fuck? What did he... And this motherfucker tried to give a tale about black about being pulled over and shit. And I'm like, my family, most people in this room, don't have to worry about telling our kids to do the, 10 and 2 on the wheel when the police could. And the dude that played that video had the funniest jokes, and it was so simple. He was like, we're taught that in driver's ed. We learned that before we even able to drive. So what are you saying, sir? Don't play this stunt on us about playing like you care about black people. Shut the fuck up, son. Straight up. Knowing where you come from, knowing your family line, I don't understand how anybody's. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. Like, this has to be a show.
Oh shit!
This has to be a show. I don't know, because this and I'm not even mad at him. That's the thing. It's not him I'm mad at. Like, we had a choice. Oh god. So you reap what you sow, huh? Yeah. Don't get mad at me. Because a lot of people like getting mad at me when I point shit out, when I prove shit. I put a whole YouTube video and they got rid of that shit. So, all right, this ain't a game. This never happened before in our lifetime. Nobody was doing. I mean, censorship existed, but at this level, when they're showing their hand, but at the same time, the hold is so strong, nobody's seeing it though. So I'm like, nah, he doesn't even look like what we like. That's another rabbit hole, because that's not the dude that was standing next to Obama back in the day. I'll tell you that. So I really want to know what's going on. So, so to know that, to have the inkling that not only is he bullshit, but people voted in the bullshit or cheering on the bullshit in the guise of something you were against. That's so, oh my god, that's and those are my thoughts on the subject.
I can feel you like fuming and like just fuming.
Yeah.
Oh man. I am going to say this. He still hasn't done shit for black people, and we still have not asked him or put our foot on his neck about the shit that we want. I know we don't ask reparations. I know Tariq Nasheed has had marches for reparations, but I still feel like we're not putting our foot on his neck figuratively about getting what we want. I feel like everybody else is getting what the fuck they want besides us. And I'm going to keep saying this. We are going to have a whole fucking 4 year with black people not getting anything, even though we was 80 to 90% of his votes. We're not getting shit. So until like I feel like we get compensated for something, we're not even getting crumbs. We're getting a fucking clean plate after everybody done licked the crumbs. That's why I feel. So, he gives an F for me. And I'm like, I'm not Republican or Democrat. And this shit is just blowing me that every time where like he's talking about passing another bill and it has nothing to do with black people, and I'm hearing he giving more money to Ukraine and then like you motherfucking Ukrainian refugees are probably getting more benefits than black people in the fucking states. It's baffling to me. It's just that we're not getting anything. So until then, and until I feel like he done something for black people, he gets an F from me. So anyone else?
Y'all probably gonna hate me then. You know
Right.
what? I have to say, Biden is getting an A plus plus from me. He is doing exactly what the hell they put him in office to do.
You
He is
sound like
not
my
doing
dad.
nothing more, nothing less. He is doing exactly what the hell they put him in for to do. And that was to fuck us all. And since we so happily brought him in the building as a black unit, since we voted, he had the highest votes amongst black people. I feel like he's doing exactly what the Democrats always do. And I don't understand why people are so shocked and like confused and like can't understand like, oh, like this is not, did y'all not do 8 years with the Democrat and still got nothing? And a when y'all consider a black one at that. So I'm confused as to what we expected more from. So I think he's doing a really great job. We did 8 years and got nothing. We did 4 years with him and got nothing. So I feel like the Democrats, they have been
He,
consistent in every term they've ever been in. They have been consistent with giving us nothing and not even hiding it. But we keep electing them. So I feel like he's doing an amazing job. I don't know. I don't know why people feel like he was supposed to do something different than any other Democrat. Is it because he was white?
the he riding Obama's coattails basically. That's what it boils down to with Biden. But
Everyone hated Trump, but with
the
same results. But I'm so confused. I'm just like, why is Biden so bad? I'm like, we dealt with this before. So I'm confused. I'm very much confused as to why people are so confused that Biden is doing what he was put in office to do. And that was to sleep. That's what he did as a VP. So I think it was the memes. It was definitely the memes that had y'all thinking he was doing something. Because when he was giving those faces of confused in the memes, he was definitely confused. He was trying to figure out why he's still up. So I'm confused as to what we thought was going to be different. Because he was not even around as
man
a
forgot where
VP.
he was and shit.
I was shocked when they had memes because I'm like, damn, where was he at? Like
Where was he at? Where is Kamala? I still have not seen Kamala.
Kamala was
Right.
the
Yo,
thing that
Who
he
gives a
was
fuck?
doing when he was a
I
VP.
do. I
Who
really
gives a
do,
fuck
because he
about
looks like he
Kamala
was
at this
fucking
point?
grandma.
When Biden was the VP for President Obama, he was nowhere to be around. I don't even know what he did. I can't. I felt like Michelle Obama did more than he did.
She damn sure did.
Yo, he was with China and Ukraine. You forgot? That's what this whole thing's about. He was doing that back then. That's why you didn't see him. He didn't want too much attention.
I'm like, he got the biggest. He got an A triple plus for me. He is doing amazing. He has not failed me yet. I would be shocked if he does something great. I would be shocked. Then I'll be like, damn, what? Who is this person?
Kamala pops up like a fucking ground.
I didn't even watch the State of the Union because I knew for a fact
I
nothing
low-key
was
forgot she existed. I'm not even gonna front. I low-key forgot Kamala Harris existed. That's
the last time I seen
that's how little we've seen of her. Every so often she'll pop up on TV or something, I think. And that's like once every like couple of months. But outside of that, like the fuck.
We seen Kamala just as much as we saw Biden. And the only reason why we seen Biden is because he falls asleep places. He trips places. He forget what he's talking about at places. He can't read the prompt at places.
What's the age limit for like? I know there's an age limit for when a motherfucker can run for president. I know that's one of the rules of that shit.
Yeah.
Like you have to be between like I think like 40 something and some shit like that.
Is it 35? No, I think that's Senate.
You might be that might be it. That might be it. All I know is we gotta do something about really both sides, Democrat or Republicans, putting people in office who have no clue what they're doing, who are completely fucking out of touch with reality, and overall just do not have the people's best interest at heart.
That's okay. When The Rock becomes president, that's all going to change. I can't even keep a straight face to say that.
When I'm sorry if the Rock becomes president, I'm jumping that Canadian border. I don't give a fuck.
Would that be worse?
I don't know.
He's not a politician. Come on, no.
Trump's not a politician.
He could talk his ass off. He wasn't supposed to end the way he was. We all know that.
I'm confused as to why would you jump the Canadian border with The Rock become president, but you still here as Biden is president.
She has a job.
I just haven't had the opportunity to make my way up north yet. Anyway.
Like, I don't think it could go any worse. Let me not say that. Let me find a wood somewhere.
Yeah, you know they.
You say that and then you say that and then 2030 something they voted Kamala Harris.
It's possible. She might be running there. Because at the end, Biden don't even know when he signed certain laws. So clearly, whoever's really running the presidential show your face. Whoever it is. Whoever's really running it. I need them to show their face.
It's Tupac.
It might be.
Since motherfuckers swear Tupac is still alive.
It can't be Tupac. Hell no, because Tupac definitely would be more for black people. Hell no, it ain't Tupac.
Going down my realm.
It's somebody definitely running the show over there because he didn't know he signed certain things. He was like, what y'all talking about? So clearly somebody running the show over there. And it ain't Kamala either. Because she don't know what be going on. So she can't be running the show.
She ain't part of nothing. She was literally just there just for the sole purpose of making Biden look good. That's why you've barely seen her. I was about to say her black ass, but I don't want to call her that.
Remember, she claimed black when she claimed black when she was running, and when that time came around for Biden to be elected, right? She claimed black. As soon as they got in, she was Indian again.
It might be Fauci running the show.
No, I'm sorry. I can't.
He might be running the show.
Right there. Nah, fuck no, baby.
Yeah.
Shit, might be fucking Putin. For all we know.
Nah, I couldn't even,
For all
give
we
that a
know, it's fucking
maybe.
Vladimir Putin. For all we know, this is all Vladimir Putin's doing.
I don't see the need when you're running off of gold. Unlike the rest of the there's like so
Hold up.
like,
Shit.
yo.
Also, I don't know if y'all saw this, but did y'all see? Was it Kamala Harris' husband kiss Joe Biden's wife on the
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that
Mm-hmm.
shit. I saw that shit. And you know what? That I expect that shit from them. I was
That
not
was
surprised
wet.
when I saw that.
That was
That was
wet,
weird.
yo.
It was wet.
I was so
Ew.
confused.
Like
And the
I'm
one
used to,
black chick
on
that
the
was
cheek and
clapping,
shit.
she was confused too. It was
Like a cheek on the cheek, a peck on the cheek or something like that. That's what you used to see it, but that was like, hold up.
Now let me kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you.
Then
That's what
again,
that was.
Kamala's used to that because
Yeah.
Montel's side piece. So plus she was given head in office. That's why she became whatever she was in
It was so
California.
natural,
So
though. It
I
was
was
so
about to say, I
natural.
don't think no Jamaican woman would let their man kiss another woman on the lips like that.
Yeah, the Jamaican and her were
yeah,
not.
that's the other thing.
Wait,
Her
who's
father
Jamaican?
her father's
Kamala
Jamaican.
Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Indian. Yeah.
This thing is just weird. This whole situation is just fucking weird.
All of a sudden,
But
it's
I
a
think
whole
it's
lot of nationalities.
nationally. I think he's trying to explain that. He's like, no, you're nationally Jamaican though. What are you doing? Why you keep saying this? He even called her out. It was an article but they ain't gonna spread.
By the way, Ray, when you was talking about how Kamala Harris kept popping up like a fucking groundhog, that's exactly what her ass was doing at the State of the Union every time Biden said nearly half a sentence.
Yeah.
The nigga won't even be doing what it's saying. She's standing up. Yeah, like sit down, Kamala.
I'm telling you.
You know what? Her adult life.
Every time Kamala Harris see a shadow, 6 more weeks of winter. I just want
it's like she's living out her karma.
Oh,
because her family history is known for owning slaves too in Jamaica, by the way.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
So it's funny how by what we just saw, she looked like a concubine, right? But every black man she's been with, she had to be on her knees for him. It's like karma hit her. She had to watch her white husband get a wet kiss, yet you're on your knees for black men in power.
Any last words before we move on to our next?
Yeah. During his speech, he said ban assault weapons. Now, I would be for that if the country was safe. So you want to ban assault weapons when there's still human trafficking in bigger numbers, especially starting out just this year and starting out especially after COVID. Okay? So you want us to ban weapons when there's still basically underground railroads that support certain gangs that come in and out with all these different drugs and humans and all this other fuckery. You want us to give our weapons up and there's still mass shootings. Try again.
I'm so confused. They want us.
Also,
so Trump wants to lock up all drug dealers, and Biden wants to ban assault weapons. After we done seen them 5 gang members of police officers just beat the hell out of that black boy, and you want us, the human race, to just trust the police.
So why is he giving money to Ukraine again? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I was confused.
No, I'm saying, why is he giving money to Ukraine again? Right? Isn't it to arm them, even the citizens? Right? Isn't that where the money's going?
I believe
But
so.
you want to ban it here, so if shit goes down all of a sudden, right? Let's say the power grid goes out, or there's like a cyber attack or nothing, and they just invade. What do we do? But you're gonna use money that you could be giving to us.
It's Al Qaeda
Even
all over again.
Nobody's seeing this.
It's
I'm
Al
like,
Qaeda all over again. It's Al Qaeda all over again.
He's putting NASA to shame at this point.
Shoot.
Also, that white woman that was yelling liar, I don't know why, it was reminding me of Austin Powers, that villain from Austin Powers. That lies. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh yeah. She's a man, because she's built. I don't know why she did that to herself.
You wanna? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That woman with that white coat and the mink on it just screams white ratchetness, but it also screams white privilege because only a white woman can do that.
It does. It does. Even though she was calling them out, like,
being white and ratchet is a privilege.
She knows what's up, but at the same time, yeah, I'm like, I was like, why is she looking like? I'm not used to that. So when I saw that, I was like, why is she dressed like that? What's going on? You're not making yourself look good, especially if you're going to be yelling out. Because remember, guys, this happened to Obama. Remember, and look what party she's in, and she's doing this. Yo. So, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I feel like if Dipset ever want to recruit a white woman with that damn jacket she had on, that she'd be a perfect fit. That's all I'm gonna say. On to the next topic. Did anyone watch the Grammys?
I did.
Her things didn't bother to watch.
What did you think about the Grammys besides Beyonce winning three Grammys, Lizzo winning one? I think what's her name? Viola Davis, she won a Grammy, so now she's like the third EGOT black woman. Yeah, she got that EGOT status. So I think Harry Styles won Album of the Year over Beyonce.
He won it over a bunch of people.
He won it over a bunch of people, and what he said, people like me don't usually get opportunities like this.
I was like, bruh, he did not say that fucking shit just up there.
Oh man, they lit his ass up. Oh man, and they had a whole hip hop tribute, which some people like, some people didn't. And Questlove had to defend himself. And he basically what he was saying was, yeah, whoever y'all was saying, like, why was it so and so there? He said either A, we tried, B, they had other shows, or C, up to like 10 minutes ago, a lot of them canceled. So I come to the panel. What did y'all think of the Grammys for those that watched?
I mean, it entertained me. It did its job. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, they be having them agendas in there because, it's an award show, whatever. I was cool with it. The music was good. I mean, like, I don't really get upset about like the Grammys anymore. I'm at a point now where I don't care who get a Grammy or who don't get a Grammy, as long as the fucking music is good. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like they did music, but it was a lot of controversy too. Like, I also heard Quavo and Offset got into it at the Grammys too.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, so it was like a whole bunch of shit going on, and I'm like, yo, I mean, it's the Grammys. People are gonna show up, people are gonna show out, and put on the show. So I was appreciative of that. And it was entertaining, but that hip hop shit, it was good. Like, I genuinely, they of course they could have done so much more, nigga. Like, even having a list like that, bro, you're gonna be there for hours, fucking just digging and digging and digging, because there's so much good shit out there. Because that's what we do. We create good content. So for what it was, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? All the songs that was there, like, they didn't pick any bad songs. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they picked all the classics. They picked shit that people recognize. I thought it was decent. Fuck yeah, they could have put a whole lot more, but shit, I'm satisfied with what I got. And Bruh. Jay-Z. Fucking Jay-Z. That was a master class, bro. That was the highlight of the Grammys for me. That was the highlight of the Grammys. Yeah, Jay-Z, bro. That was the highlight. And people are probably going to be like, man, that shit was too long. And I'm like, no, it's not that it was long. It had content throughout the entire fucking verse. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, bro, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful performance. But, you know, also, I don't know if you saw this, Ray, but some Christians got mad at like the whole fact, you know, the imagery that they used, the Last Supper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was seeing some Christians getting mad at that. Like they thinking he making a mockery. And you know, Jay like to call himself Hove. So, you know, I saw some Christians wilding out. But other than that, I mean, shit, I was entertained, nigga.
I don't know why. Like the Last Supper has been parodied and made over so many fucking times. It's just like, why have a problem with it now? It's probably because it's Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw, like I didn't see like a lot of them, but it was definitely out there, here and there. So I was like, interesting.
Okay. Did anybody else watch the show?
I watched a little bit of it. It was a very short clip. I didn't get to watch the full show. I'm sure they'll post it on either Hulu or one of those places, hopefully. But yeah, what they portray on media was, yeah, like the Cardi B situation, the whole unholy performance. I forgot the singer's name, but I guess he did like this song that portrayed like the devil and stuff. It's a reason it's called Unholy. And a lot of Christians were in uproar and they're like, they're doing it right in our face. But you're still watching TV. You're still, you know, like we should not pull apart. It's a performance. A performance is a performance. You believe in what you want, but the fact that you're even watching a show and you want to pick at everything, like, what are you doing at the end of the day? Because if we was to really break down the Bible, a lot of Christians would be upset with me. Let's start with cannibalism, cannibalizing Jesus. Okay, so let's not do this. It's a performance. It's a reason it's called a performance. They act like this man is going home and drinking blood, you know? So I'm just cut all of that crap out. But other than that, I like the fact that they brought back the 90s rappers. I saw part of that performance and I'm angry that I missed it. I also saw a couple other people get awards. I saw Beyonce got an award, but you know, people always got to say she should have gotten the I guess is a higher award than what she got that night.
Yeah, it was album of the year.
It was
she didn't get album of the year.
They feel like she got snubbed album, in which I don't think she even had album of the year. I liked her album, but I wouldn't call it album of the year quality.
Yeah, I mean she's not going on media, and
Ray, you better be careful when it comes to Beyonce. For the beehive come bite you.
It's not. Would you consider Renaissance one of her best albums ever? If we're going through, like, let's be real, we're going through, and this is a side note, going through Beyonce's whole catalog, is that the best album Beyonce has ever put out?
No.
Exactly. So they can kiss. I love the Beehive. They can kiss my ass on this one.
Go ahead, Raymond.
That poses an interesting question, but for another day.
That's what I say, another day. But go ahead, Crystal.
No, that was also say the unholy performance, the 90s rap that came out, and Cardi B situation.
All right.
Yo, Crystal, hello.
Here.
You're like cutting in and out really bad. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you're coming in clear now.
Oh, okay.
Since we're on the subject of music, I just thought about something, but it's a final thought that's going to turn into a topic.
Anybody else got something to say about it? Shout out to Kendrick album. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar winning rap album of the year. I think I forgot who was nominated in that, but I'm pretty sure that I knew Kendrick was going to win over album of the year, and I think Pusha T was also nominated. So it was just I think it was going to be either him or Pusha T, and I guess they gave it to Kendrick, and he had a lovely Grammy speech. So I'm happy that he got the Grammy because that was a good album. So wasn't my number one album of the year, but it still was a good album. Any last words before we move on to our final topic? I think. Any last words?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Final topic. Have y'all been like seeing the internet when they talking about people, women in the gym, and they're trying to expose gym creeps, but they're looking like fools themselves?
Yeah.
Man.
A lot of those.
Yeah, I see a lot of y'all laughing about this. So I come to the panel. What are y'all thoughts about this whole trend of exposing? And I'm using
them bitches need to sit their asses down.
Nah, hold on. Let me add them. So here's my thing, right? You go to the gym because my thing is, if you're going to the gym, you're going there to improve yourself, right? You're going there to work out. Why in the fuck is your mind on other people? That just goes to show you that you're in the gym for the fucking wrong reasons in the first place. Even if there could be 50,000 cameras in the gym. Like if I'm going to the gym, I'm going there to work out. You feeling what I'm saying? If you want to wear, what you wear also matters in a public setting. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to wear something that's comfortable to you, but also, that doesn't give any people the wrong ideas about who you are as a person. And I feel like all this fucking need for attention and putting it on social media and TikTok is to distract themselves from the fact that they're not hitting them personal goals in the gym. I don't know. Like, I just think it's weird that that's what your attention goes to while you're at the gym. Like, you should just be there to work out. That's what it's there for. That's what you went there for. You spent money on your gym membership. You go and work out. Yeah, your phone is on your fucking hand instead of your hands being on a dumbbell lifting the damn weights. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's hypocritical, and I feel like this is just a ploy for attention. Now, at the same time, I can also acknowledge the fact that there are creepy ass men out there that do legitimately feel like they have agency to just stare at your ass in a weird way or whatever. But we all should have like the foresight to at least be focused on what it is that we're trying to do. And if it's something that becomes a problem, you have options to change that. I just like the shit is fucking silly, bro. And there's always some stupid shit too, like you're working out, and it's funny too because a lot of the girls that be doing that don't even really be looking all at themselves. I'm like, bro, you're a 4 at best. Like, calm down. The only reason you like, bro, that's the only reason why you're making those type of videos, because you need that attention, you need that serotonin boost. You're not trying to fucking focus on your workouts, the shit that you're there for in the first place, and then you want to come cry when we clown your stupid ass when you post that shit on the internet because you look goofy, you look dumb. Like, fucking put the phone down and go lift weights and go eat carrots after. Fuck on my face.
Anybody else?
Yeah. And a lot of them are wearing things like, not too far from OnlyFans to territory, because straight up the things they have on, the poses they go into, and the fact that, like, I remember seeing one where this girl she stood by the dumbbells, right? And she's in front of the mirror by the dumbbells, and she's curling. And there's this one dude who keeps going in front of her, going by, because he's there too, but he's further behind. So he's walking up, switching up his weights and going back and stuff like that. And her thing on her fucking TikTok is, oh my God, he sees me here, blah, blah, blah. And he keeps coming in front of me in front of the mirror to pick up the bells and blah, 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 right? And she did not like. She went so hard just to do this to this guy that I guess she forgot you're not supposed to stand in front of them. You know, and the things is like, and the thing that she's wearing, like, how are you supposed to determine between a creep and just a gawker? Like, how are you supposed to determine if that's what you're gonna wear? Because come on, yo, let's be real here. I've been to the gym. Not all the women were wearing that shit. You know, some of them have like gym shorts or like the regular tights. You know, they're not wearing the shit that's like designed to accentuate certain things that you expect when you reach an adult webpage, right? So you're really asking for it, because those are some of the responses too. It's not just the guys who are just legit trying to help and shit. It's not just those. It's people saying like, no, look at what you're fucking wearing, son. How you gonna blame them? It will make. Wouldn't you feel better as a woman to know that you got justice for a creep because you weren't wearing anything that was, you know, revealing or shit like that. You look like, you know, you're just wearing the gym shorts and this and the other loose fitting, blah, blah, blah. I've seen that. I've seen that. Wouldn't you feel better if you were doing that and then you still got a creep and you were like, oh, and then you busted him? That will make sense, right? You get a lot of people on your side. Plus, you just outed this dude, so you know, if any of y'all ladies see him in the gym, know what to do. You know, this shit. How you gonna do this? So what's the point other than fucking clout, yo, and just to keep building up your numbers, right? Because it ain't just, you know, it ain't just the legit guys. It's what they're doing. It's not, you know, it's just this attention. Yo, something's wrong with these women. These are you see, and it's not my final thoughts yet, but these are the ones that's giving these passport bros ammo. Fucking stupid, yo. They're fun to watch, you know. It's fun to see them get destroyed.
Anybody else want to go?
The only thing I have to say is that I think this whole video recording of men in the gym is kind of stupid. It's definitely stupid because men are visual creatures. So they're glance no matter fucking what. Okay. Even the people I'm with, they're gonna glance. They're going to glance. The body of a woman is a body of art. Now, staring, if she feels comfortable, if you see her, you know, just gawking, like, that's a good word. Gawking at a woman and just staring, not looking anywhere else, it can kind of throw anyone off, man or woman. Nobody likes to be stared at. But a man glancing at you, you're going to wish that you had that when you get older. You're not getting any younger. You're just going to get older. So when you have the wrinkles and the stuff, you would wish that someone just glanced at you or admired you from afar. But putting a camera in someone's face and say that wife knows that her man glance and it was just a glance and you got the camera in his face, not seeing what he has to deal with, what reputation, and you're making it look like he was staring at you the whole fucking time. Yeah, if I was that person's wife, I would have to kick your fucking ass because you're making something that is very normal in society, at least the society I come from, into something that's much bigger than what it is. And that's disgusting. It needs to stop. Especially if you have a beautiful body, if a man's glancing at you, stop putting it on camera, because you don't put it on camera when you're in the street, or you'll see every man does it. Now, am I saying to stalk a woman? No. Am I saying that if a woman asks you kindly, hey, I see you glancing at me, like, can you stop? Respect her wishes. But let's be honest. What man is really staring like 24 fucking 7, eyes not even going anywhere else? That's not normal. And if it's happening, the woman should report him, but not put him on video. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're going to ban cameras in gyms. The only cameras you're going to be seeing are the security cameras to make sure everybody's safe. But as far as phones, I think they're going to start banning phones and camera phones in gyms, because if this keeps going, it gets ridiculous. Then like somebody is going to have to take action. Either it's going to be like uh, a members only gym where like it's not going to be open to the public anymore, which I think they start doing that. Or like I said, they're just going to start banning stuff. Then a lot of people, especially social media influencers that likes to show off their quote unquote fitness guide and all that stuff, which is really just them showing their ass in gym clothes, in my opinion. But all that shit's gonna get taken away. And then damn, that's less influencer money that content that is fucking up for you. And the sad part about some of these videos I've seen is that the dudes, like, they're not even being creepy. It's like, yeah, they'll look at you once or twice. It's like everybody said, you're a woman. You don't expect niggas to fucking glance at you. I don't understand why, but a lot of these dudes, even when they come up to you, talk to you, they're very cordial, they're very respectful, and then when they'll help you out with your stuff. And when you say no, thank you, them dudes walk away. It's like they don't bother you no more.
I need to.
What you wanted? It's like I don't see the point of calling them creepy when they don't do no creepy shit like that. Now there was one video where a dude was actually in a woman's face, and then she had to yell at him to stop. That dude was creepy. And it's like if you see more videos than that, and I feel like you would have an option, but um, a dude just coming up to you is just like you need help or some shit like that, or asking you, "Are you using this machine?" And then like you give him attitudes, or like you like have these captions on TikToks that is just like, God damn, why are you such a bitch?
Yo,
and I don't like using the word bitch a lot, but it's just like you see this shit, it's like, why are you such a bitch? Now I know some people are introverted, some people are like very shy when it comes out there, but at the same time, a little common courtesy goes a long way, especially if they're not being rude to you. You ain't got to be rude to them. So
I need y'all to think about something real quick.
Go ahead.
So the complaint is about men at the gym like staring at them, right? So what's the platform this is on that they post these things on? TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So and they're doing it to be viewed, to be looked at. So I'm like, okay, with what you're wearing, with the angles you are in, right? Because you're making sure that camera is catching you. It's because especially the ones that's outside of the ones where you're catching the guys. There are plenty of you. A lot of these women have the pages like dedicated to their workouts. Look at what 90% of the angle is. What guarantee do they have that is just their legit workout followers watching this shit, hitting the like, blah, blah, blah. But it's a problem if you people and looking at you through the mirror. Isn't that what you want? You're still surrounded by guys, right? So if one is going a little too much, you still got somebody to talk to. Yo, this guy is a little, so what excuse do you have to bitch about this, really, when this is your goal?
God. Last words never said. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
This is why we can't have nice things. They're gonna ban it now. They're ban the cameras now.
I'm telling you, they're gonna ban cameras one of these days. It's just we're gonna go to our final thoughts, and I'm gonna start with Material Life.
I really don't have anything today. Yeah, I really don't have anything today.
All right, now Dion is on you.
All right, so going back to the subject of music, right? So Valentine's Day is basically breathing down everybody's necks, right?
Not mine.
So
I understand what you're saying.
Point is, it's a few days away. So Valentine's Day is supposed to be all about love and romance and things of that nature, right? So what's everyone here's like favorite love song of all time? Matter of fact,
Is it even possible?
matter of fact, give me three. Give me three. Give me your top three favorite love songs.
If you would have asked Teenager Me, it would be Differences by Genuine.
That's a good one.
Until You Come Back to Me by Luther Vandross.
Old
And
school.
yeah, and shit, third one. See, this is hard because damn. Um, I'm just. Mm,
Mind you, it can be any genre.
I
Rock,
know,
R&B, hip hop. Just
I know. It's just, but it's just like so many. It's just like, hey, it's just hard. Um, shit. I say different. What did I say? Differences by
the
Genuine,
differences by Genuine. Until You Come Back to Me by Luther Vandross. I need one more.
and you need one more. Damn. Hold on.
Want me to simplify it for you? Give me
Overjoyed,
a love.
Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder. Thank you. All right, yeah, Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay, okay.
And
See me?
just a little bonus, the fucking Cool Breeze version of Moments of Love that used to play on 12 o'clock at DC radio.
Mm, okay, okay. I want to hear from the ladies. Let's hear your life from Crystal. What would y'all say is y'all three favorite love songs ever? Cause let's be real, this holiday, if you can call it that, is really about y'all. Y'all, the ladies, is the ones who gets all the gifts and shit.
You're gonna think my list is weird as fuck, so I don't know.
Try me.
All right. A Perfect Circle, which is the title's Blue. And then Tony Braxton, Love Language.
Mm.
And the third one would have to be Boys to Men. It's the one where, damn it, I'm gonna have to look it up. I know this song. Tevin Campbell is always a go-to for me though. Hold on 1 second.
You remember any of the words to the song from Boys and Men?
Damn. It's the one where they're no, I don't think it's Boys to Men. Who sung Pretty Lady? Would You Be Mine?
Shit, I can't remember who that is. I know that wasn't Boys and Men.
Lifetime. When you need me. I forgot the song. But it's
Wait,
that one. You know that
wait,
one.
Tyrese Sweet Lady, or was it Tyrese Sweet Lady?
She said "Pretty Lady," so that threw me off. She might be thinking "Sweet Lady."
Look, I got dyslexia, y'all. I call things different names all the time. So it could be.
I had to look up Stevie Wonder Overjoyed because I keep calling it Castles.
Yo.
Because it's
Close
like
enough.
I've been building my castle of love.
Anyway.
And then I just realized Teenager Me would have also said Walk Out of Heaven by Jagged Edge.
I like that one.
I love it, yeah.
And I tend to veer away from like the sad breakup songs, but I actually like that one.
Was it? What? Okay. What about you, D Wolf? What would you say?
I just had one in my head and it just disappeared.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, there's so many love songs that I've never thought to think of one as my favorite. So I'm like, okay, there's one I played all the time. It was by I think it was Michael Jackson. It was Give In to Me. And there was another one I'm trying to remember.
I love that.
Damn.
Michael Jackson has some romantic shit.
Mm-hmm.
Give In to Me was a good one. I really like Butterflies. Butterflies was dope.
See, this is like it's like you got to go by groups sometimes because, like, with me, in my opinion, Drew Hill made some of the best love songs. I know Boyz II Men did. Boyz II Men make a lot of "I'ma Marry You" songs, and then that's cool. Like Jagged Edge had a little bit of mix of both, but Cisco used to sing his fucking ass off and shit. Jodeci used to have some freaky stuff.
It's funny you say that because they're in terms of like favorite love songs, they're in my top 3, but we'll get to that.
What is it? Might as well get to it now. What is it? Is your final thoughts? What is it?
Okay. My top 3 favorite love songs of all time. I Need Love by LL Cool J. Hold on. Let me finish. Casey and JoJo, All My Life, and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith.
That's weirder than Crystals. I'm sorry, Crystals. You thought you had it.
That's why I said try me.
That song's powerful though, yo. I can't think of Armageddon without it playing in my head. It's a really good song.
And I don't want this thing. And I like that song, but I was just like. But it also reminds me of like 3:00 in the morning, and Cartoon Network plays those love songs, the love songs for the compilations.
That's it. If I could put up 2 honorable mentions, it would be "Don't Change" by Music Soul Child, and I Was Still in Love with You from Sean Paul.
At least yours has variety. I'll give you.
All right.
I'll give you personal variety.
Oh yeah, there is Don't Let Go by En Vogue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I used to pray it came on the radio.
Artists in my list. I'm getting tired. All right, here we go. My top 3.
Go ahead, find the ball.
Okay, so in no particular order. I'm sorry, that music is fucking distracting.
I'm about to mute my shit right now.
That shit like blasted through my headphones. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was walking past the speaker.
Michael Jackson's "Break of Dawn." En Vogue. Yeah. En Vogue. Don't Go.
Ooh.
My fucking shit. And then, bro, like this one, like I debated this over and over and over again because it's like there's so many good fucking songs out there. But the song that I ended up choosing was freaking I just had a "Sweet Love" by Anita Baker.
Oh, that is a great one.
I will sing that song fucking word for word. That shit is special to me.
The substance behind that, the substance behind that list.
And also, bro, like "Break of Dawn" by Michael Jackson. That song is so underrated.
It is.
Like people sleep on that fucking song, but he smashed that fucking song, bro. Good Lord. And then "Don't Go" by En Vogue. Oh my God. The fucking harmonies, that's it. That was it. When they harmonize in a song, that's how you know. Ain't no. But I got some honorable mentions. One honorable mention, and this one almost made my list, was by Keith Sweat. Fucking How Deep Is Your Love? Is it that song? He has a song. Hold on. I think that's the song.
That's my favorite track of him. How Deep Is Your Love?
Yes,
That's my favorite song of his.
I got the name right. Okay, I didn't get the name right. How Deep Is Your Love? That song, bruh. And then
shit.
Crush by Zhané. I love that fucking song.
John, oh man, mine's a Sin in My Love. If I would say
that was good too. I can never pick between those two.
I'll still sing Unbreaking My Heart by Tony Braxton with my entire chest.
You kind of have to sing that song with your chest.
I mean, rib cage and all, just damn, that's a banger. That song does not get old.
And then also Janet Jackson, Anytime, Any Place. I used to sing that one. And then and I don't know why, but I used to play this like every Sunday morning when we go to conventions. Isley Brothers, For the Love of You. That's it.
Oh, I mean, can you go wrong with anything by the Isley?
No, you can't. But that one, I don't know why. Like for like every convention I went to, and then like every Sunday morning, I play Isley Brothers, For the Love of You. I don't know why.
I mean, the Isley Brothers for me is Footsteps in the Dark. For me, that's the one. Footsteps in the Dark.
Bro, you know what?
Streaming is on.
No, go ahead.
So, the song that I was saying that is above all others. Like, I know we had a top 3, but I'm putting this song above all others right now for the record. Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Yeah, that song stayed with me forever, yo.
Okay, I'm not laughing at the song. I'm laughing because it reminds me of Travis Scott Trey.
Oh my god,
I just think of Batman Forever.
But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little.
I think of Travis Scott Trey every time that he used to walk in.
Yellow people walking through my head. One of them got a gun to shoot the other. Like, bruh, get your ass on my face. I remember we played that shit on the fucking TV because it was like, there's no way. The resemblance was like, it was like God ordained. Just the scariest shit in my life. How accurate that shit was.
I died.
Oh my god!
Is that your final thoughts?
Yeah.
All right, D Wolf is on you.
Okay. It was it's the whole. All right, you would agree that this whole red pill thing, right? When it comes to the men, the red pilled men, when it comes to relationships and things of that nature. Most, these are like Kevin Samuels and just pearly things and all that stuff, right? There are those that are on the correct side, right? Basically how the men here, basically think as how things should be. But then you run against another red pill, which people don't realize they are the virus within this type of thinking, right? And these are the ones that I figure are they're probably not simps, but they either did not have a father growing up. That's not the that's in a general term.
We do know the difference between a red pill and a jelly bean, right?
Yeah. So there's that, and what did I write? Because I wrote it as a response to this fool. Damn, but it wasn't my post. So I can't find it right now. I feel like these guys are the problem. These are the ones that damn, I fucking remember the word. I can make this clear. Shit. It wasn't soy boys. Was it soy boys? No, it wasn't soy boys. It was something else. Shit. Anyway, they're the ones that are the problem. These are the ones that you see who become the video you showed earlier, Ray, with the dude and the Thai chick, right? Mm-hmm. These are the ones that are a problem because they are of the same ilk. They will have the same talking points we do, right? But they behave in this nature and they don't belong. If I remember the fucking word, it'll be more clear. But this is the problem, and these are the ones people need to start calling out, because these are the ones that will pick fights online with women for no fucking reason, right? Like,
you're referring to the beta males. Anyway,
yeah, right. So, but they are of, because they're of that thinking, but they can't do it themselves, or they because we've seen it. We've seen examples of this, right?
Yeah,
and again, father destroyed him with one meme. So, like, we get this, where he will, if you go to these people's timeline, you see them retweeting the same things we would, especially when it comes to relationships. But for some reason, they will come across a legit woman who has an opinion about a certain thing. Now, I'm kind of spoiling Crystal's latest video, but I was involved in the comments, so it just has me thinking, I'm like, who are these guys, right? These are the ones that are self-conscious and don't know what to do with themselves, so they want to fall into a movement. That's why that fool in the beginning that Ray showed, he was so fucking giddy, right? Because he felt like, now I know, now I can use my problem, I can escape my problems and do this in order to get a woman, whereas most of the men here will be straight up like, oh, man, I'll look for the right one here. If I find the right one, one will grow with me, one will understand, I'll go through that fucking struggle. I don't need to leave for what? Our women are fucking beautiful, we have that. They don't. And they're causing the problem. So now when a dude like legitimately leaves and says, like, maybe it's a preference. Maybe he does not want to be with an American woman because they're American lifestyle. Maybe he's thinking in a broad sense that they're all of under this, the way women are, modern day women are, right? So maybe he's thinking, all right, let me go to another country and shit like that. If he does do that and he's not showing the signs that these fools are doing, he's going to be put under their category, and they're the issue. So my thing is, I think a lot of these red pill dudes got to stop just washing each other's balls and start verifying that. Check their lifestyle, They might agree with what you say about how relationships should be with your woman and stuff, like what type of woman to find and where you should be in life and all that. Yeah, but what's your mindset? Because you're making it look bad. Because you're gonna jump in, like, you're really gonna jump into a woman's just because she said what she likes in a dude that was not wrong at all, is her opinion, because you don't match that. No man should actively argue with a woman, like go out of their way to argue. No man should do that. All right. Because that itself is not masculine. All right. A man will stand his ground if she draws first blood and be like, no, or he's going to make sure he's teaching her something. If it's your woman, but if a woman has her opinion and it doesn't match you, you're going to react the way women normally do and claim to be red, this is a problem. So I'm just saying, a lot of us need to just start weeding these fools out. So check your shit. When you start retweeting, inspect who these motherfuckers are that are liking this shit. Because, you don't want to be associated with them. Then the next move you make is going to be with whatever trend they made big. But because you agree on the same shit, oh, you must be one of them. So that just came to mind because of the topics today.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you told niggas to stop washing each other's balls. That was funny to me.
Straight up. Like, because this bitch over there, blah, 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 she on OnlyFans, this and, and like, yeah, that one too, but what are you doing, right? How do you know she's on OnlyFans? Are you paying for that? That's not asked, but because he said some smart shit about her, no, let's not do this. Let's not do that.
What you're saying is real, but it's still funny. Like, What you're saying is 100% real. I'm not trying to take away from nothing you just
I know.
said. It's the stop watching each other's balls comment that has me still laughing.
Yo.
Lather,
Really?
lather, just lather.
Just because he agreed with what I
Crystal ain't
said.
help either.
Yay. He's one of us. Make sure you get the left one.
Is that your final D Wolf?
That's it.
All right, Crystal's on you.
All right. So first things first, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that we're all here to express the truth because everybody's afraid to speak realistically about topics like this that needs to be talked about. They're afraid they're going to get canceled or lose their job. So I'm definitely glad that this platform exists. My last thoughts, I would say, would have to be about something that I knew about, but I ignored it because I like pretty nails, and that's my fault. But the more that women use UV light, and let me not just say women, men that use it too, without sunscreen that's SPF 40 or 30 and above, is high likely to get melanoma or cancer. And once we damage our cells doing this gel nails, acrylic nails, and all this other crap, those cells can never come back. Once they're destroyed and they multiply. So I'm just, giving out information because,
PSA.
yeah, basically a PSA because I just need to bring awareness. It's a lot of things like formaldehyde. It has a horrible side effects as we get older. And the more time you go to the salon, it adds up. And don't think that you're not going to get this even in your 20s. You go there long enough, it's as if you've went there since you were born. You know what I mean? So it adds up. And sometimes it's irreversible. So all I could say is try to find things to design your nails with that is non-toxic. If you do take off gels and stuff, don't use there is non-toxic Q-Tex remover.
Read the damn ingredients before you use shit.
Yeah, but even the ingredients, they don't speak in layman terms. Like even in the medical field that I've worked in, we had to speak in layman terms. So they purposely put like monoxide color 228, and it's like, okay, what the fuck is that? Nobody's really going to sit in front of a computer or on their phone to look up monoxide, to look up fluoride, to see what fluoride does. It actually makes you get dementia at an early age the more that you consume it. So things of that nature, like it's really bad. And I didn't really pay attention to how bad it was until I started feeling like my thumb was more tender than normal. And that's a clear sign of your body telling you, look, you keep doing your nails and putting acrylic on it, you're going to have to get treatment. And I think this is 3 weeks now, no acrylic nails or anything until I can find a safer solution. And my nails are back to the way it is, but that's how it starts. So if you have any female friends or anyone that you see their nails have a stripe, or they're always complaining about it being tender or anything of that nature, or you just see like their nails look like it was beat up, where you can tell like the first layer, it just looks like it's thinning out, be sure to have them recommended to a dermatologist so that they can do more research. And hopefully you don't have anybody in your life right now that is going through that tenderness of the fingers, but that's actually the first sign. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Father is on you.
I'm going to end this with a quote, short and sweet. It takes more effort to run from your problems than to walk your path. And I'll leave it at that.
I like that. I said first things first. My mother's birthday was like earlier this week, so happy birthday, Mom! Happy birthday to
Birth.
uh, I was like, I give a bunch of love, even though like most majority of the people that know me heard the stories that the shit I used to do to my moms, and that I will not get into right now because that will be it'll be just a long ass story. But happy birthday, mom. Also, and I've said this earlier before we got on the podcast, so but I'm gonna say it here. Um, if I ever get, you know, God forbid, if I ever get into a incident where like police whip my ass, I'm gonna make sure that the last thing that I either don't tweet or don't do is insult black women because it seems like every time y'all get your ass whipped by the police, people want to be on your side, and then especially black women, and then y'all say some dumb shit like that's why I don't fuck with dark skinned women or some dumb shit like that, which gets people to say just like, oh, we don't want to fight y'all. Oh, we don't want to fight with y'all. You don't even like black women anyway, so what's the point of fighting you? Now, for some people, it's just like you should probably do it just because. But I do understand those women say, why would I fight for a nigga that didn't even like this at the beginning? So, uh, look, you can have your preference, but at the same time, I would rather y'all not be coons and shit when y'all do this. It's just for we shouldn't be in a moment where it's just like we could say like I tweeted earlier for no reason. Shout outs to black women. Now I didn't get no backlash, but I feel like if anybody else would have done that, it probably got some backlash. Like that shouldn't be a problem. Just but I know some people, or at least one of Crystal's posts, where she was saying something that was on the man's side, and yet some dude was still trying to jump on her. It's just like it's no reason for that, unless you like starting drama, unless you like just trying to be in a competition, or you just have some type of hatred or whatever. There's no reason for you to do that. Well, that this is how I feel like we lose most of our allies. It's just like if you want them to fight for us, at least the last thing you should do is insult them like a bunch of jackasses. Especially since black men and black women need each other. Like Tyreek Nichols, it's sad that happened to him, but at the same time, I don't like seeing that black women not support him. But at the same time, I don't blame them. It's just like if you say stuff like that to dark skinned women, especially since I love me some dark skin. It's just they're not going to fight for you. I'm not surprised about that. So you know, support black women or support the black community in general because in short, we all need each other. And lastly, fuck with people that fuck with you. Like I hope we get to a point where, and I've said this before, I hope we get to a point where we damn it. That applause threw me off. I'm sorry. I hope we get to a point where we just focus on the people that love us, that will give us critical advice when we need it, and that will check us if we do wrong and congratulate us when we do right, instead of fucking with people that when you do something good they always want to hate. I hope we get to a point where we just say fuck them niggas and just get our paper. And that's all I got to say about that. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on the podcast once again. I'd like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk shit again. This is, let me just say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.